interrupt our programming for an iTalk 106.7 Sports exclusive.
Holbrook Roadrunners in the fight of their season as Baldonado takes it strong to the hole and gets hammered.
This is high school basketball.
Heating across the stripe. Crossover behind the back in the lane. Right hand got it.
Boy, that's a big-time play right there.
That was pretty. 6'2" senior Pat Keating puts it down for the Falcons and gives them a 24-20 lead with 4:27 to play here in the second.
Presented by Show Low Ford. Drive one.
Thatcher up by 3. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Keona fires for 3, and he ties it up again. We're tied at 64. What a game.
High school basketball is also brought to you in part by Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling, Lacey Weeks with Supreme Lending, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Williams Brothers Auto Service Center, Sunrise Park Resort, Indian Pine Restaurant and Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Summit Healthcare, C&H Plumbing, ProBuild, Hayes Supply, and Octopus Car Wash.
Nick Moore trying to guard Keone. A mid-back turns his field. Epps has it poked away by Engel. Engel coast to coast. He lays it in.
And now, high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Well, a wonderful good evening to you. We are live at Show Low High School. Camden Smith, Mike Side with Punt Cooley. And also Joshua Hall joins us tonight as we get set for high school basketball action. And, they haven't taken the pads off yet, Punt, but they say it's time for basketball. So
it is that time. You can tell by the weather outside. It's pretty nippy out, so that means it's hoops time.
So we'll go to Josh first on this because, Josh, you talked a little bit about off mic about the rankings to begin this season, and Show Low's getting a pretty good bid down south.
Yeah, that's correct. Arizona Republic preseason rankings has Show Low ranked number 7 in Division III, and so it'd be interesting to see if they live up to that reputation.
Well, it's going to be fun. I know Show Low certainly has the horses to make it happen. Blue Ridge, though, looks pretty tough preseason as well. Punt, you've had a chance to work with some of those kids.
Well, Blue Ridge is advantage this year, I think, over Show Low perhaps a little bit more, as they have a lot of returners from last year's team. Chris Williams, McKay Burgess, Linwood Burke, and the list goes on. And, of course, they're adding some new younger players, so definitely some experience on the Blue Ridge side of the ball, the court tonight. And then not to say that Show Low does not have, because they have a couple of really key returners in Sean Potter, the senior, and Sam Tate, both seniors, who were both instrumental to Show Low's success on the floor last year. Of course, both teams, though, Camden, interestingly, losing some of their bigger players. And we can talk a little bit more about that later if you want.
Well, another thing to mention is that Show Low, under new leadership, as Coach Cook has moved on, and a new coach, Coach Thacker, here at Show Low High School. That should play a little bit into the discussion as well. As we talk about Show Low, though, last season, they went 22-13 on the season and ended up losing in the playoffs, but certainly a team that as you mentioned, brings a lot back.
Well, he has some tools certainly to work with, and he has a good backcourt for sure. And we've just heard that. Well, you don't need to hear it. Anytime you get a new coach, he's going to bring a new system in, and we're certainly looking forward to seeing the new offense and to see how the guys respond. The Show Low Cougars respond to all that newness. And not to say that Blue Ridge is the same old Blue Ridge, because they've got some new wrinkles this year as well, with a new head coach coming in, Daryl Suber, to help Adam Reek. And he's bringing in some new stuff, so they're going to look a little bit different as well for folks that are used to seeing the old Blue Ridge. There'll be some new wrinkles certainly with their team as well.
Yellow Jackets last season 23-8, 6 of their losses in section play last season. That was the tough part for them. And anytime you have that many section losses, it's tough to make it into the playoffs. At least if you're looking to go very deep, it sets you up with a really bad bracket.
Well, it's interesting with Blue Ridge. I think their big Achilles heel, of course, they lost some key players late in the season that just really killed them going into the end of the season, but they were kind of inconsistent up and down during the season and then, of course, at the end of the season. So I think one of the big keys for them, Blue Ridge this year, is starting well, meaning not starting really poorly and getting way behind, and then just finishing strong, because we saw games certainly last year where they did not do that. They really struggled finishing games where they, close games especially, where they had to come in strong.
Our keys to the game are brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains. The Ace Hardware now with a 24/7 locksmith available any day of the week. Give them a call. Their mobile unit will come to you. You're locked out of your home or your car. They'll make a key for you on the road. That's their locksmith at Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Show Low, and Heber Overguard. We'll step away. We'll be back with the opening tip when we return. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Getting your furnace tune-up each year ensures that your equipment is operating at peak efficiency and will save you money. Call the experts at Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling and ask about our fall tune-up special. We'll come out and perform a 10-point inspection to make sure your unit is ready for the cold. Don't settle for anything but the best when it comes to your comfort and safety. We've been in the business over 29 years and are simply the best at what we do. Call 537-4264. That's 537-4264. Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling, bringing you comfort through the 4 seasons.
This is my town. Show Low is football and party town, especially when you show up at Show Low Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Show Low Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Show Low Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Show Low Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce. Oh, this is my town.
Welcome back to Show Low High School, home of the Cougars. Host tonight to the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. And Josh, since punt is gone, you get to do color here for the first little bit.
All right.
How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Center jump circle, Williams will face off tonight with Nick Reedhead. And the Show Low Cougars wearing their white uniforms, green numerals, gold trim. The Yellow Jackets purple with white numerals and gold trim, and the Jackets win the tip, and we're underway here at Show Low High School as Miles takes it down the right side of the lane, kicks it to Williams. Williams off the window and in. Nice job for the Yellow Jackets as they get the first points of the night.
Nice cut by Williams, nice pass, and laid it right up. For 6'3", Williams can flat get up and out jump Reedhead quite a ways on the tip ball.
He has some athleticism for sure.
Probably the best basketball athlete, I think.
Ooh, backdoor pass here and up and off the window, no good, as Cade Smith had a try. A great look inside that time. And he draws some contact and earns a trip to the free throw line.
Number 42, Cade Smith, shooting 2.
The foul is on number 24 for the Yellow Jackets, Nathan Miles. He picks up his first. First free throw is no good for Cade Smith. So Smith will toe the stripe for his second. 2-0 Yellow Jackets early here in the first, and he hits the back half of 2, and it's 2-1. As Miles brings it up the right side of the floor, bounces it ahead to Williams. He wants a 3 on the corner right side. It's no good. Rebound Potter. Potter left and right across the time stripe, takes it inside the lane, fakes the pass, then dishes left. Now right side, give it to Tate. Tate up top to Potter, swing it left side to Vargas. And a steal by Williams, but Show Low's going to get it back, and then an over and back is called as Sam Tate went to the ground to pick it up, and it goes over and back in favor to the Yellow Jackets here. First turnover of the night.
Nice hustle there by Williams. Tipped the ball, and then it was a turnover on the backcourt. Great job by Williams.
Miles works it between the circles. Now to Vargas, or excuse me, to Burke. Back to Miles, up top to Williams. Williams between the wheels. Over to Miles. Yellow Jackets just kind of stagnant on their offense right now as they're looking down low. Padilla trying to post up, and they throw it away. And then another steal back to the Jackets, and then right back to the Cougars. Throw it ahead to Reedhead. Reedhead pump fake it. Williams in the air, put it off the window and in. Nice looking shot that time by Reedhead, and here's a steal. Potter comes out of the backcourt with the steal, fires up a three. It's off the window too strong and goes out of bounds. It looked like Padilla may have knocked it out. Welcome back, punt.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Had to make an important phone call.
Tate set to check it in. Sam Tate on the baseline, slaps the ball to start the inbounds play. Give it to Potter. Potter on the wing right side, throws it up top to Vargas. And Vargas yo-yos it up and down with the right hand, looks inside the paint, then throws it over to the left side. They work that left side and back to Vargas now. Just below the time stripe. Working near the backcourt. They try the left side again, nothing there. And so back to Tate it goes. Up high on the left side, then right side again to Vargas. Back to Tate. Now to Reedhead. Reedhead on the wing, back up top to Sam Tate. Cougars being very patient here as McKay Burgess comes out on Sam Tate. Tate wants to drive, left hand. He's turned around there, then goes high post. Shot from just beyond the free throw line is good for Cade Smith.
Nice jumper from the free throw line by Smith. Interesting offensive setup by the Cougars there early, really spraying the floor way up high, up on the perimeter.
Williams thought about a three. He passes it off to Burgess as he had a defender in his face. Then Burgess cannot connect down low, and a steal by Williams in transition. Jackets, there's another steal. Show Low with the ball. Potter out of the backcourt. Free throw line, 15-footer, too strong. Burke battles for the rebound. Loose ball. Vargas tips it, gives it to Tate. Tate to Reedhead. Reedhead fouled underneath. He's going to go to the free throw as McKay Burgess picks up his first personal.
Well, McKay Burgess forced to come down and help on that baseline pass, but a good pass at that to draw the foul. So we'll send the shooter to the free throw line. Blue Ridge, just a ton of errors early here. Bad passing, a lot of turnovers. Really not even going to look at the basket yet to any significance. Got to credit that Show Low defense.
Cougars up 5-2. Under 5 to play here, first quarter. Inbounds play goes to Vargas up top to Tate. Now at the elbow left. Throw it up top to Potter. Potter pulls up from the elbow. Wants a 15-footer, and he got it. Sean Potter knocks it down.
Great move by Potter. Drives Miles down deep into the post, and then pulls up with that nice clean jumper.
Miles drives and dishes to Padilla. Then he gives it up to Burgess. Burgess drives, kicks it over to the left side to Burke. Burke's three-pointer is no good. Rebound Sam Tate. Cougars looking for numbers. Throws ahead to Potter. Potter wants a three. It's in and out, no good. Rebound Padilla. Out to Miles. Miles up the far side. Hands it off to Williams. Williams sees an opening and goes and takes it. Right hand layup. Williams scores it.
Good pass, but great job by Williams just attacking the hoop from the right side. Nice clean layup. Big shot for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. They needed those points.
Williams has 4, and the Jackets have 4 total. 7-4. Cougars lead. Here's a missed shot from the free throw line by Reedhead. Williams clears the glass. Burgess on the angle left wants a three, and it's no good, but a whistle and a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, they're going to call Adam Padilla inside on the foul. Really, to me, he was just fighting for position, and maybe the referee seeing a little bit more contact than what we could see from here, but just a good aggressive footwork, in my opinion, by the Blue Ridge guys trying to get in position for the rebound.
Under 4 to play here in the first. 7-4. Cougars with the basketball and the lead. Tate crouches as he gets it across the time stripe, hands it off to Potter. Potter works it over left side as Tate pops back up, pulls inside, and tries a 18-footer that's no good. The rebound is knocked out, and the Yellow Jackets will have it.
Open shots. and they're just not falling for him. On the other side of the ball, it looks like the Blue Ridge stand around a little bit. They need a little more ball movement, a little more movement on their offense.
Out of the backcourt, Burke going to bring it up for the purple and gold. Burke left and right on the dribble. Shakes Potter, then dishes out into the corner. Up top to Miles. Miles out to Burgess. Burgess gives it to Burke. Burke wants a three. In and out, no good.
Nice.
Williams on the putback. It's no good. Then on the second attempt, draws some contact and learn a trip to the free throw line as Reedhead has whistled for his first personal.
Well, Chris Williams doing a great job inside and just fighting for position on that rebound. Looked like he had that tip off the missed jumper by Linwood Burke, but does not fall, but still draws the foul. Blue Ridge ball.
They're calling Reedhead on the ground, so the Jackets will take it in under their window. Now, Miles tries a cut and can't get it to fall. Rebound out to the Jackets. Berg's pass is knocked out of bounds. Yellow Jackets going to get it back in front of the Show Low Cougar faithful. Student section on the far side. Pass it into Halls. Burke tries the right side up top for Miles. Miles to the angle. Give it up to Burke. Burke wants a three. It's no good. Rebound tipped out off the fingertips of Williams. And the Cougars get the ball back here. Up 7-4 with 2:40 left to play first quarter. And a substitution in for the Cougars. We see Justin Sloan for the first time tonight, as Cade Smith is going to get a breather for Show Low.
Well, Josh had mentioned earlier the difficulty Show Low's having hitting the shots from the outside, and it's also now the same disease that's on the Blue Ridge side. They're getting good open shots, just neither team really with any consistency getting them to drop so far.
First game of the season, evidently, right?
Absolutely. Got to break off the rust a little, I guess.
Cougars lose the handle on the, wanted to say the football, but it's the basketball. And the Yellow Jackets have another possession. They throw it away. Potter with another steal. Potter, right side of the lane, drives, right-hander, leans, scores it. Sean Potter picks it up and gets the score, and it's 9-4. Cougars lead. Three-pointer no good for the Yellow Jackets, and the Cougars clear the glass. Sam Tate out of the backcourt for the green and gold. Potter will hand it off to Tate. Tate calling for Vargas, who comes up. He hands it to him between the wheels.
Again, interesting offensive setup here for the Cougars. Really spread up way up high towards half court. Even their postmen are pulled out from the bottom.
Almost like they're in a stall. Potter, jumper from 17. He got it.
Well, that's one of the reasons why a lot of folks talk about this Show Low team is the play of Sean Potter. When he's on, he can really light it up from the perimeter.
Okay, Burgess misses underneath. Williams spins after he got the rebound. Can't find the room to get it off. And there's a foul underneath by the Cougars. The call goes against Justin Sloan, his first.
Well, that's a good aggressive play by Chris Williams. He gets the ball inside, and rather than kicking it back out, just tries to do a spin in to get the shot, and in the process draws the foul.
McKay Burgess and Chris Williams out of the lineup, and we see the freshman for the first time tonight, Mason Burgess, as they do a nice little inbounds play here to Padilla. He puts it off the window and in for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, that's a set play where they set the pick for Padilla coming around, and wide open, a good pass from Burke to get the easy layup.
11-6, Cougars still with the lead as we get a foul committed on a pick up top. Miles was playing defense on Sean Potter that time.
Foul's on number 4 for Show Low. I don't have a, thank you. As you said, Cam, just a moving pick up top.
That's 2 on Sloan as the Jackets work it in on the other side. Burke tries the wing right, kicks it out into the corner to Mason Burgess. He cross courts it. Crossover dribble. Up top for Miles. Miles works it right side to Burke. Burke tries the baseline, running right-hander. He got it.
A good pass, but also a good cut by Burke to run baseline to get that pass, and just a nice floater in for 2.
First points of the night for Linwood Burke, and he cuts the Show Low Cougar lead to 3, 11-8 with 14 seconds left here in the first quarter. Potter's pull-up jumper from just outside the paint misses. And the rebound to Nathan Miles. Jackets looking to run. They got numbers. They throw it ahead, though, and can't make the connection as Mitch Halls was open on the left side. Looked like a Cougar may have knocked it out of bounds.
Well, Mitch Halls was wide open, and Burt tried to get him to pass. Looked like it might have been tipped by a defender from Show Low.
Halls will cross-court it over to Mason Burgess, but the time will expire in the first quarter. Show Low leads it 11-8. We'll step away. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Show Low.
Welcome back to Show Low High School. The Cougars with the lead here as we go to the second quarter, 11-8. And Josh, give us those numbers that you got so far.
Looks like first quarter Blue Ridge about 4 for 13, and Show Low about 5 for 10 from the field. Not the hottest shooting game we've ever witnessed for sure, but I think these teams will get warmed up and get moving.
Well, looking at his shot chart too, Camden, Blue Ridge so far having more success getting those shots down inside under the basket or close to the basket. So we'll see if they can continue to push into the paint.
Potter working between the wheels here as we open the second quarter. Potter stops, throws right side to Tate. Tate tries the lane. Tate inside, double dribbles, and called for it.
Yeah, good defensive pressure, forcing that double dribble. Good help on the backside. I couldn't pick up who was there. I think it was Linwood Burke, but big turnover here for the Jackets.
Burke wants a three. Front of the iron, no good. Rebound, Sam Tate. Cougars looking to get out into transition. Now they hold up. Give it to Potter. NBA range three from up front, and he got it. How about Sean Potter? That's 9 on the night for Sean Potter.
Well, he's not bashful when he gets the ball out open, and he's so far doing a good job for the Cougars.
Mason Burgess tries a three. Rebound Halls. His shot no good. Rebound to Tate, and the Cougars bring it up out of the backcourt.
And that's a challenge right here with Potter Miles. He can shoot right over the top of him anytime he wants to.
Right side, they bounce it in low to Potter. Potter back up top, looking for a three on the angle right. That's no good. Missed shot by Reisdorf. And the Jackets looking to run. They give it ahead to Halls. Halls double team. Give it over to Mason. Mason Burgess out in the corner to Padilla. He wants a three. It's a little strong, and so the Cougars get another rebound. 14-8. Cougars lead. 6.5 to play second.
I'm not so sure that that's Blue Ridge's best shot, having their center take a three from the far
Mason
corner.
Burgess with the steal. He'll take it coast to coast and tries to get it off the window, but he's get hammered to the ground this time. And will end up at the free throw line as the Cougars forced to foul.
Well, that's a great defensive effort by Mason Burgess, picking off the ball down on the Show Low side and then chasing it down that loose ball and going full court. Looked like he would have a little room for that left-handed layup, but does still draw the foul, so the freshman will go to the line here.
Brett Reisdorf called on the personal. Mason Burgess misses the free throw off the front of the iron, no good. Substitutions for the Yellow Jacket as Halls will check out and Williams will check in. As Burgess gets a look at a second free throw here, and he hits it. Cuts the lead down to 5. Cougars up 14-9 with 6:21 remaining second quarter.
Meanwhile, Show Low looks like they sub in for Potter. He'll sit. So that'll give a little bit of a reprieve to Nate Miles from Blue Ridge, who, as Josh had mentioned earlier, Potter a little bit taller and is able to get that jumper up over Miles from the perimeter.
Ian Crow in for the Cougars. As Burke underneath the Yellow Jacket glass bounces it into Williams. Williams puts it up, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Williams. And the Cougars will have the possession in front of their bench.
And again, the shooting ails continue to exist for the Jackets. They're getting good open shots inside and out. They're just nothing falling, even from the free throw line for the Jackets so far.
Out of the backcourt, Sam Tate works it left hand. Give it to Crow. Right side for Reisdorf. He tries the baseline. Bounce pass. It gets knocked out of bounds. I think last touch by Padilla. Cougars will have it on their baseline. Tate set to check it in. Cougars find a spot around the paint. 4 different areas. High and low post setup, and they bring it in. Reisdorf over to Crow. Crow wants a three-pointer. It's short. Battles for his own rebound. Burke picks it up, though. Throws it ahead to Padilla. He's all alone, but he's whistled for the suitcase as he's called for a travel.
Yep, still football season. Thought he's running a pattern there and took 3 steps.
Wide open look and a blown opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. They trail here by 5, 14-9, 5:44 left to play in the first half as Burke is going to check out. Jackets letting a lot of their bench play here tonight, as are the Cougars. Both teams willing to let their players get playing time here in this early season game. Pass it in to Reedhead. He tries a pass, it gets knocked out of bounds, and the Cougars will have the basketball and get set to check it in underneath their glass. Vargas slaps the ball, starts the inbound play, give it to Potter on the angle right. His three-pointer is too strong, and the rebound to Reedhead. Reedhead battles, puts it up, can't get it. Williams with the rebound. He throws it, has it knocked away by Vargas as he's trying to pass to Burgess, and Vargas knocked it out of bounds. So the Jackets will get it back.
Well, I was going to say Show Low doing a very good job, just pressure, defense, the full court. In a lot of cases, getting Blue Ridge to turn the ball over.
Miles for 3. It's no good. Rebound Williams. Williams, pump fake, throw it back to Miles. Miles tries another 3 on the angle right. It's no good. Rebound tipped around and saved and kept alive for Crow. And Vargas will bring it up for the Cougars. Up and down with the right hand, working against Mason Burgess. Over to Potter, back to Vargas. Left hand dribble to the elbow left side, and he's called for a travel.
Lots of turnovers in this game, both sides. It's just not the crispest basketball we've ever seen.
Yeah, opening of the season. First game for both of these teams. Interesting that you play your crosstown rivals in the first game of the season.
Right. There's
a pick by Potter, and Potter tries to go coast to coast, but he's whistled for a double dribble.
And he's not buying it, is Potter, but regardless, quick hands by Potter, able to pick apart that dribble, and had he not been called for that, he would have had a wide open layup on the other end of the court.
Bounce it to McKay Burgess, take it down the lane, and it's not going to go, but he'll be taking a trip here to the free throw line as he draws the contact against Cade Smith. That's his first.
But as you say, Cam, done a good job by McKay Burgess, taking the ball hard to the basket, and you could tell he was trying to draw the foul. Successful in doing so, and drops his first free throw.
First points of the night for McKay Burgess, who averaged 15 points per game last season, and
maybe he'll break off a little of the ice that seems to be lining that rim for the Jackets here.
We've seen him scoring streaks last season as he hits 2 quick free throws, and the lead is cut down to 3 here. Cougars miss on the long shot, and a turnaround jumper on the weak side board for Cade Smith falls. He has 5 in the contest, and the Cougars are up 16-11 again. Burke's shot blocked out of bounds. Jackets will get it back here.
And that's good defensive help by the same Cade Smith that just got through scoring on the other end. Hustles back to play some good D inside.
Bounce pass to Williams. Williams thought about a 3. Cross-court pass over to Burke. Burke on the right side gives it up to Miles. Miles bounce pass to Halls. Kick it out to Burgess. He launches from the corner left. No good on the 3-point shot. And the Cougars looking to run. Potter crosses over against Miles and pulls up and drains a jumper. Nice shot, Sean Potter.
Well, good fast break by Show Low, just taking their time, find open Potter from the perimeter. He's certainly feeling it tonight, dropping a lot of his shots, unlike the Jackets, who are still struggling from the perimeter.
Tate steals it, puts it off the window, basket and one. Nathan Miles going to be whistled for the personal.
Yeah, bad pass there by Linwood. It picks it off, and then probably not. If you're going to foul, you got to not let him continue and make the shot. So probably 2 errors on that play, and this is a potential for a three-point play by Tate.
So Tate gets his first bucket of the night, and it's 20-11, a 9-point lead for the Cougars. Just before Tate gets the basketball, the Yellow Jackets call a timeout. We'll keep it here. Remind you that we've got full coverage of the 2014 state championship game coming up from Phoenix this Saturday. That'll be at 6 o'clock as the Snowflake Lobos will take on River Valley, the Dust Devils, who've had a pretty good season so far. And of course, the Snowflake Lobos got the big win over Seton Catholic, upsetting the #1 team in the state on Saturday to advance to the state championship game.
Huge win for the Lobos, and they haven't won the gold ball since '93. So, you know, this is a big game for them, and the whole community certainly behind them, as is the Mountain, I think, for a lot of folks. So congratulations to the Lobos going to the championship for the first time in a long time.
Tate's free throw is in and out, no good. 9-point Cougar lead, 3.5 remaining, and a Cougar steal into the corner. Potter feels it, he got it. Potter, his second three-pointer, and Sean Potter's lighting it up. Cougars up 23-11.
Yeah, he's certainly feeling it. I got to tell you, there's really not much working well for the Jackets right now. As Josh had mentioned, a lot of turnovers, a lot of that due to the Show Low pressure, but they can't get many of their shots to fall either.
Looks like the Jackets trying to force one there. They lose the handle on the basketball. Potter over to Tate. Tate running right-hander, high off the window, no good. Williams with the rebound. He's fouled, no call. Kick it out to Burgess. Burgess down the left side of the lane, and he has it poked away. Tries to save it. Looked like he got a little out of control that time. And
yeah, I think Blurridge a little fortunate there. Good defensive handwork by Potter to kick that ball off of McKay.
Bounce it into Williams on the inbounds pass. He's going to get a basket and one as he powers it up against Reedhead.
It's about the fourth time McKay's had his pocket pick there, and he's all the Jackets got to do a little better job protecting the ball, especially on the dribble. Too much dribble. They need a little more passing on their offense.
Well, you know, when you get in those flurries of turnovers like the Jackets have been, you know, of course, you're giving the ball over to the opponent, but you're not even getting any shots at the basket, and that's really killing them right now.
Around and off, and the Cougars lead is 10 with 2.5 to play in the half. Potter trying another shot from up top, no good. Rebound off the window, no good for Smith. A little too strong, rebound to Williams. Williams up and down with the right hand, will hand it off to Burke. 2:24 remaining, second quarter. Yellow Jackets down by 10. Burke wants a three off the hill, no good. Rebound Potter. And nothing falling from outside for the Jackets.
It's all outside for the Jackets. Not much inside game, mostly just outside shots, 1-2 passes, ball going up. Offense looks pretty stagnant right here. Cougars are a lot more patient on the offensive side of the ball. They've spread the Jackets out there in man-to-man, and then they go ahead and make a backdoor cut to the basket.
Potter looking to work against Miles, kicks it to the corner. Tate for three, basket, and a foul as Burgess is called for the personal. 3-point bucket from the right side. Nathan Burgess, or excuse me, McKay Burgess picks up his second personal. And Sam Tate now has 5 in the contest, as the Cougars knock down their third three-pointer of the night.
Taking the word is number 3, Mitch Halls.
Tate to the free throw line, as Halls will check in for McKay Burgess, and Tate makes it a 4-point play. 27-13. Cougars lead, 1:44 remaining in the half. Work it right side now. Burke bounce pass to Williams. Williams has it picked away by Potter. Then Burke steals it back off the window, scored up and in.
Well, good defensive handwork by Burke, as you say, Camden, to get that steal back. But before that, Sean Potter just all over the floor tonight for the Cougars. Good defensive help led to that initial turnover, but good recovery by the Jackets to get 2.
12 point.
And stop the landslide of points going against them here.
12-point Cougar lead. Nice pass into Reedhead rather. His shot partially blocked, but they get the rebound, and Reedhead puts it back up and in. Nick Reedhead gives the Cougars a 29-15 lead as Miles misses on the other end. The rebound to Vargas.
A good penetration by Nate Miles takes the gap they give him. Just again missing that layup.
As Potter misses on the three-point bucket, missed everything. Miles out of the backcourt, left and right on the dribble, give it to Burke. Burke to the line, inside the lane, right-hander, no. Double pump doesn't work, kicks it out though to Miles on the rebound. Miles shot from inside, no good. Back out to Burke. Burke takes it into the corner, tries a 3, no good. And the rebound to Smith.
What's the old song, Cold as Ice?
Take the lid off the basket.
Yep.
29-15 Cougars lead, 10 seconds remaining here in the half. Tate up top, 6 seconds. Launching from 3 is Cade Smith off the hill, no good. Jackets throw one up at the buzzer, and it's no good. So the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars in the first game of the season. The Cougars lead it 29-15 at intermission. We'll step away. Our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show is up next when we return. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car, their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Show Low.
When it's time to purchase or refinance a home, there's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number VK0925918.
This is my town. Show Low is football and party town, especially when you show up at Show Low Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Show Low Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Show Low Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Show Low Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce. Oh, this is my town.
Welcome back to Show Low High School. At intermission, it's the Cougars up 29-15 over the Yellow Jackets of Blue Ridge High School as we open the 2014-2015 campaign here. High school basketball underway before we can even get the football season done with. Of course, Show Low and Blue Ridge out in the first round of the football playoffs, and so both of these teams get their football players out to practice early for the first time in a long time.
They do, and in a real long time. You know, normally we would see both of these schools going way deep into the playoffs. But you're right, they do get their football players back, but they've only been back for maybe a week, you know, with some good heavy practice, so that you can tell it's still a little bit rusty for both clubs so far tonight.
I'm sure that's not a silver lining that the football coaches care too much about.
No, I think if they had their wish, they would certainly be still playing football right now.
Well, as we mentioned, it's 29-15 here at the half as the Cougars lead it. Let's take a look at some of the scoring in the first half. Chris Williams has 6 for the Yellow Jackets to lead all Yellow Jacket scorers. McKay Burgess with only 2 free throws tonight. An interesting first half for him. Normally we see him able to get in a little bit more action, but unfortunately for Burgess tonight, unable to hit from the field in the first half, getting only 2 free throws.
Well, he's not the Lone Ranger by any means in that regard. The entire Blue Ridge Yellow Jacket ball club so far just really struggling from the floor. You know, we look at the shot chart here, they're getting good inside possessions close to the basket and getting some decent outside shots in terms of being open, beating the Show Low defense with some good ball movement, but they just can't get anything to fall with any consistency, and that's just killing them. Obviously, with the score 29-15, they're just not getting anything to fall.
Linwood Burke, the 5'11 senior, has 4 at the break. Mason Burgess came off the bench to score a free throw. Adam Padilla with 2. Sean Potter leads all scorers here at intermission with 14, and he got it done in both quarters. Fairly consistent for him, although we saw him starting to cool off a little bit late in that quarter. But he has 2 3-pointers and the rest from the field to give him his 14 here at the break. Sam Tate was 6, 4 for Nick Reedhead, and 5 for Cade Smith, the big man for the Cougars, helping out underneath in more ways than one as the Cougars lead it here at intermission 29-15. We'll be back with a look inside the numbers as Joshua Hall gives you the true story, that tells the true story here at the break when we return. This is the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Don't forget, Sunrise open for business. You can get out there and do some skiing. Check it out at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. We'll be back right after this. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
With over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting, Care National is dedicated to matching skilled professionals with careers in healthcare. Care National, nationwide medical management recruitment services. Let us get you hired.
Welcome back to Show Low High School. Cougars lead it 29-15. This is the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Great skiing conditions up there at Sunrise. They've been able to make some snow with the cooler temperatures. They got a storm to add to that total. They were able to open last weekend. So good skiing to be had as they are already open at the Sunrise Ski Park. Check out the details at sunriseskipark.com. You can actually take a look at their webcam and see the conditions for yourself. That's sunriseskipark.com. As we go to Joshua Hall and a look inside the numbers, Josh.
Well, you know, first half, as you and Punt discussed, that, pretty cold shooting on the Jackets side. Overall, first half a little over 19% shooting from the field. And I'm trying to figure it out because really there's only one player out there that played a full football season. The rest of these young men have been working on basketball, so trying to figure out why. And in addition, ball security I think is a challenge for the Jackets. A lot of turnovers. A couple of their returners from last year have had their pockets picked 5-6 times apiece, and so ball security and turnovers is a critical factor. On the other side of the court, Show Low about 46% from the field for the first half, and frankly Potter's having his way with both Burgess and Miles, shooting over the top of them and picking them on the other side of the floor. So overall, Jackets have really got to clamp down on defense and start hitting some shots.
When we return, it's the second half of action. We go to the third quarter next. The Cougars up 29-15 over the Yellow Jackets of Blue Ridge High School. Live from Show Low High School. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Let's go one. That your equipment is operating at peak efficiency and will save you money. Call the experts at Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling and ask about our fall tune-up special. We'll come out and perform a 10-point inspection to make sure your unit is ready for the cold. Don't settle for anything but the best when it comes to your comfort and safety. We've been in the business over 29 years and are simply the best at what we do. Call 537-4264. That's 537-4264. Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling, bringing you comfort through the 4 seasons. As we welcome back our viewers on iTalk1067.com, we are streaming this game live at italk1067.com. If you'd like to watch tonight's contest, compliments of the students of Show Low High School. Executive Director Jerry Butler and Mel West tonight. Also a special thanks to Curtis Stevens, producer extraordinaire, and back in the studio, Royce Kincannon. And to the entire Show Low Cougar student crew, we say thank you for bringing you the live sights and sounds of tonight's contest on iTalk1067.com. You can also watch tonight's contest tape delayed next week on City 4 TV. Games available on Monday and Friday at 7 o'clock, and then again on Saturdays at 1:30. Williams will take it down the middle of the lane to open the third quarter and blows the lay-in. So the Cougars remain up 29-15 as Vargas brings it across the stripe for the green and gold. Tate for 3, and he got it. Corner right side, Sam Tate drains the first three-pointer of the second half.
So the big things of the first half for Blue Ridge that Josh had mentioned was ball security and getting some shots to drop. And I mean, it's still, obviously very early here in the second half, but the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets start off with a quick turnover and missing shots again, and they're going to certainly need to turn the tide on both of those things if they expect to stay in this basketball game tonight.
Certainly putting themselves into a hole here, down 32-15. They get a break here, though, as the Cougars turn the ball over. Yellow Jackets will bring it back up the floor. Miles, right hand dribble towards the elbow, hands it off to Burgess. Burgess had it tipped away by Potter. Potter very active defensively. Give it to Burke. Burke
nice
back to Padilla. Padilla can't get the shot to fall, so they can't capitalize on a good pass from Linwood Burke.
And that's set up with Burke going baseline, leaving Adam Padilla wide open in the key. As you say, Camden just couldn't get the shot to drop.
Meanwhile, Cade Smith has the shooter's touch. He has 7, and the Cougars up 34-15. Burgess stripped by Potter.
Turnover again.
Potter right side. Takes it to the baseline, running right-hander, and he got it to fall. Looked like he shot that from behind the window. 36-15. Cougars exploding in this third quarter as the Jackets have another one knocked out. Cade Smith, last one to touch it. Jackets will get it back underneath their window as Linwood Burke sets up the inbounds play for the purple and gold. Into Burgess. Burgess on the baseline. His 8-footer no good. Rebound to the Cougars. Vargas comes down with it. Ahead to Potter. Potter left and right to the elbow inside the lane, off the window, no good. And a whistle and a foul as
they're going to call Nate Miles on that foul.
That's 3 on Miles.
And, you know, Nate, known as one of the quickest guys you'll see on any floor or field, but Potter's just giving him fits, and very athletic movement by Potter.
Yep.
And just having a field day against the Blue Ridge defenders, at least getting breaks to the basket, and in some cases pulling up with jumpers, as he did on that last play, to not only get the shot off but also draw the foul.
Yeah, just a double crossover there and just about broke Miles' ankles, and so they really got to help him out with Potter on the weak side.
Potter nails 2 free throws. Vargas tips the ball away on a lazy pass to Williams here. And then Vargas is tied up as we get a jump ball called, and the Cougars will get the ball here.
Turnover.
Yeah, another turnover. Blue is just looking really clunky on offense all game long. Continuing into the second half here.
Tate looks in at the low post. Smith is open, but he elects to go up top to Potter. Potter over to Vargas on the right side. Bounce pass into Reedhead. Reedhead makes a move towards the high post and puts it up and over Williams to score it up and in.
Williams has got to do a little bit of effort in that on defense. See, he just shot right over the top of him, and Williams could out-jump him all day long.
40-15, the Cougars shutting out the Jackets here in this third quarter as the Jackets miss another shot on their end as Linwood Burke misses a straightaway 3. Cougars with the long rebound, and Potter working against Burgess. Has him crossed up, gets inside the lane, right hand teardrop, can't get it to fall. Burgess gets the rebound. Burgess will work it up out of the backcourt, working against Potter. Potter has it poked away. Burgess gets it back, tries a 20-footer, no good. Rebound.
Nice
Williams.
rebound.
Williams puts it up and in, and the Jackets finally get points in this third quarter.
Good job inside by Chris Williams, just powering against 2 defenders to get position. As we'd mentioned, a better jumper actually, and able to put it to good use there.
Reverse layup for Tate, bucket and 1.
Well, and a good pass from the top of the key. I think that was Marky Potter finding the cutter down on that baseline in Tate, and well-placed pass, easy up for 2, and we'll go to the line to see if he can get 3 on this play.
You know, under Show Low's coach here, you see about 3, 4, or 5 different offensive sets. He's mixing it up. He spreads it out. That's a nice backdoor cut. He's really got the defense of Blue Ridge a little bit off balance because there's no predictability on the other side of the ball. Blue Ridge is pretty predictable in their offensive sets.
Tate completes the 3-point play. He has 6 here in this quarter as the Yellow Jackets will try to get another one in as Williams can't get the leaner to go, and it's a battle for the rebound that gets knocked out of bounds. It's a 26-point Show Low Cougar lead with 4.5 remaining in the third.
And again, a good job by Chris Williams finding that open lane and driving to the basket. Just can't get the ball to fall.
Backdoor cut.
Potter off the window, scored up and in.
Yeah, right there, Burgess got burned on the backdoor cut by Potter. I'm telling you what, Potter's having his way with Blue Ridge on both sides of the floor.
45-17, Cougars lead. Burgess down inside. Give it to Padilla. Padilla is blocked, and a foul called on Potter, looks like. That'll be his first.
Nice penetration, nice pass by Burgess, and unfortunately, Padilla wasn't able to put it in.
So Padilla earns a trip to the free throw line, and Yellow Jackets with only 2 points in this third quarter could really use a couple of free throws here. He misses the first half, though. Halls checks in for McKay Burgess.
Well, Blue Ridge only from halftime only putting up 2 points so far, by my count, at least here in the third, compared to 10 or so for Show Low. 18. Oh, they're 1 of 8 is Blue Ridge from the floor.
Padilla hits the second of 2 free throws. Justin Sloan checks in for Reedhead for the Show Low Cougars. Tate tries a drive off the left side and can't get the shot to fall, but a push is called here against the Yellow Jackets.
That's Mason.
Burgess picks up his first.
Well, Mason beat a little bit on that move left and tried to jump in front to cut off the lane, but in the process drawing the foul.
Yeah, Tate's too quick for him, and he just blew by him, and nice job probably to stop the drive.
Tate looking for the alley-oop on the back door for Sean Potter. It's knocked out of bounds. Cougars have it under their glass. Tate slaps the ball, gets it into Cade Smith. They work the perimeter. Tate bounced it off of his head, got it back, pull-up jumper from just inside the three-point line in the corner left, misses. Williams with the rebound, and a foul is called.
They're going to call that on Adam Padilla down on the baseline away from the ball, trying to fight for position, but in the process pushing the Show Low player out of bounds.
Shot from the baseline right, up and in.
So
nice out of bounds play there.
Continues.
Yep, nice out of bounds play. I don't know how you leave their best player wide open on out of bounds play.
There's a steal as Potter works it up the right side of the floor. It's going to be thrown back up top here to Vargas as Potter got in trouble, double team. Saves the possession though with a pass to Vargas, over to Tate. Cougars coach Thacker calling for them to slow things down a little bit. They try the high post, poked away there by Padilla and Halls. In low to Smith. Smith off the window as he gets around Padilla and puts it up and in.
Well, Padilla tries to come over the top to block that pass, that inlet pass, but a well-placed pass, allowing the player to go back door and get that layup.
Bounce it out into the corner, shot off the heel, no good. Rebound Smith. Cougars looking to push it a little bit here, and Tate left side to Sean Potter. Potter off the heel, no good. Rebound Padilla, throws it ahead for Burgess, a little too far, and it goes out of bounds. Cougars are going to get it back. 2 minutes, 22 seconds, and with a 49-18 lead, we have a running clock. And the official, Paul Hancock, comes over and says that's only in the fourth quarter. So we'll stop the clock with 2:05 left to play in the third. Cougars up 49-18 as they've had an explosive third quarter here, almost completely shutting down the Yellow Jackets. And now Tate working off the dribble, gets around Miles, pops from 18, no good. Rebound tipped by Williams, and then knocked around and controlled by the Cougars. Pump fake off the window, no good for Sloan. Rebound to Miles. Miles throws it ahead for Burgess. Burgess somehow comes down with it in traffic. Over to Halls, now to Williams. Over to Miles. Miles to the line, kick it out right side to Mason Burgess. He launches from three and scores it, but a whistle and a foul before the shot. They'll wipe it off as we get a foul called on the Show Low Cougars, and I believe it was Ian Crow on the personal. That's his first. Miles to the elbow, hands it off. Throw it down low for Williams. Williams lost it, kicks it back out to Miles. Miles pull-up jumper on the elbow, scored up and in.
Nate Miles has been struggling with his shots from the perimeter. He's been open. He just hasn't been able to get any to drop, so that's got to be one of the first jumpers I think he's dropped tonight.
That is his first points of the night. As Tate dribbles, penetrates, pulls back, and throws up the shot and scores it. Sam Tate.
Another turnover.
And the Cougars pick it off again. 51-20, Show Low lead with 1:03 left to play, third quarter. Crow launches from 3. Front of the iron, no good. Rebound, Halls. Halls looking to run, throws ahead for Mason Burgess. It's knocked away by Tate. Throws it ahead for Reisdorf. Reisdorf give it to Sloan. Sloan can't get the shot to go, but will get a chance to go to the free throw line as Blue Ridge picks up another personal foul here.
We're not tracking it, Camden, but I don't know. I'd be curious to know how many turnovers Blue Ridge has. Last 2 possessions, turned it over both times. And there's just got to be better ball security.
Timeout called here by the Yellow Jackets. We'll take one with them. 46 seconds left to play third quarter. The Cougars up 51-20. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Remodeling your home? Want to save money? Go to K Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to K Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to K Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, K Supply saves you money on siding too. K Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see K Supply in Taylor, Pinetop, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Show Low.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need
Welcome back to Show Low High School. Cougars out to a big lead here in the third quarter, 51-20. Big may be an understatement.
A huge lead. And, what do you say? We talked at halftime about Blue Ridge's main issues have been ball security and just not getting shots to drop, and that trend continuing again here in the second half. We're kind of sounding like a broken record, but that's basically what's happening. And of course, Show Low just keeping the pressure on defensively, forcing a lot of bad passes by Blue Ridge, and when they do get the turnovers, obviously doing a much better job of converting those turnovers into points.
I think Blue Ridge has just 5 points in the third quarter right now. Is that correct?
Just 2 from the field and a free throw. Yep.
Right.
Sloan knocking down the first of 2 free throws here with 46 seconds remaining in the third. Second free throw for Sloan is good. 2 quick free throws and the Cougars lead 53-20. Jackets in transition, can't get the bucket to fall. Dominic West tried to muscle one up, but has it knocked away. Cougars bring it up the floor. Vargas working against Miles. Hand the ball off to Reisdorf. Reisdorf, left-hand dribble, now switches it up to the right side.
All second team right now in for Show Low.
And a pass picked off here by Halls. Halls can't hang on to it. Ball loose. Diving for it on the other side. And getting the possession for the Cougars was Powers. Shot by Vargas. He scores it from straight away. The straightaway 3 for Xavier Vargas. His first points of the night. And that's the end of the third quarter. Cougars up 56-20. We go to the fourth and final next. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Show Low.
Cougars up 56-20. And we get a running clock for the fourth quarter. The mercy rule in effect, I guess.
Mercy.
I didn't know there was a mercy rule in basketball.
Oh, there is now. If there was ever a place to use it, I think it would be here for sure. Not to disrespect any of these teams, but it's just not working real well tonight for the Yellow Jackets. They're just really struggling getting anything going consistently.
56-20. Cougars with a huge lead here. So we go to the fourth and final quarter. Jackets will have the basketball. Mason Burgess in the corner. Up top, Halls tries from 3. He got it. That'll help things out. Mitch Halls gets his first points of the night. Vargas hands it off to Reisdorf. Reisdorf wants a 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebound, Reisdorf. Reisdorf takes it in, puts up the running right-hander, and scores it.
Nice job by Reisdorf, picking up his own rebound, as you say, Camden, finding space down on that baseline to get the open shot.
Miles fadeaway jumper. Looks like Nathan Miles may be relaxing a little bit, as the Cougars want to call a timeout here. We see some of the starters set to check back in with 7:12 left to play in the 4th. And we'll keep it here with the Show Low Cougars up 58-25. Don't forget, White Mountain Youth Productions brings you the live sights and sounds of our high school basketball and football. Week in and week out, you can watch the content at italk1067.com. That's ITALK1067.com. Also available on City 4 TV and Channel 56 Monday and Friday at 7 o'clock, Saturdays at 1:30. We say special thanks tonight to the kids from Show Low High School. Technical Director Zach Lambert, Graphics Dakota Hayes, Audio Kristen Fowler. Our camera operators tonight, Isaiah Miller, Zach Davis, Christina Schwab, Dominic Stem, and production assistant Richard Long. Also special thanks to executive producers Mel West and Jerry Butler. After the timeout, Cougars will have the basketball. Clock approaching the 7-minute mark of the 4th quarter. And a travel call on Potter as he took one too many steps in that shuffle there on the right side.
Well, again, Potter wasting no time. As soon as he catches that pass, tries to do a quick crossover, but in the process traveling. Blue Ridge here, you know, if they want to get back in this thing, they're going to have to not only not turn the ball over, but when they have the ball, they're going to have to put up shots pretty consistently and quickly.
Williams takes it strong to the hole here, and Potter will foul him.
Being down 33 points, you know, you don't have a lot of time to run a half-court offense and expect to stay in it. They're going to really have to push the floor and get buckets quickly.
And at the free throw line with the clock rolling here.
Show Low put back in 4 of their 5 starters. Blue Ridge has 3 of their 5 starters in. So into the 4th quarter here. Here comes another starter from Blue Ridge, Linwood Berg. So see if they can make a run.
Williams missed the first, hit the second. And it's 58-26. Show Low leading here in the 4th with the clock rolling. Under 6 to play now in the 4th quarter. Sam Tate up and down with the left hand. Works it on the right side, or excuse me, the left side. And tries one up over Padilla, but Padilla knocks it out of bounds.
Boy, it looked like he got hammered. Tate got hammered there. No call. So
the
Show Low ball.
Want to let him play a little bit, maybe?
Evidently. Keep it. But it's a running clock. Who cares?
Yeah. Tate slaps the ball to start the inbounds play for Show Low. Looking for Potter. He gets him out on the wing left. He tries the 3. Too strong. Rebound. Tip to Padilla. And his outlet to Nick Miles gets knocked out of bounds. Looked like Potter touched it, but they say that the Cougars haven't, so they say Miles.
Potter deflected it, and then Nate reached out also and just looked like it may have tipped his fingernail on the way out, so they'll keep it on the Show Low side here.
Pass into Reedhead, give it back to Tate, tries the baseline, and Tate has it knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Jackets. Clock under 5 to play now, approaching the 4.5-minute mark of the 4th. Tate inbounds play to Reedhead. Reedhead moves inside, nothing there, kicks it out to Reisdorf. Reisdorf to the elbow. Right side for Smith. Pull-up jumper just outside the paint on the baseline right, no good. Rebound to Smith. He scores it off the window and in.
Well, a good hustle by Smith to gather up that loose ball, but I got to tell you, a lot of Blue Ridge guys standing around in the key, just kind of watching the ball move around. They got to get more physical and on those box outs.
15-footer by McKay Burgess. Drops 60-28. Show Low with 4:02 left to play here in the 4th. Reisdorf bounce pass to Tate, up to Potter. Potter at the free throw line. Crossover dribble against Miles. Can't get the 17-footer to fall. Right side to Burgess in transition, and they score it. Nice looking fast break for the Yellow Jackets there.
Very good fast break. Good ball movement. Ball never hits the floor. Just 3 quick passes for an easy quick 2. And Blue Ridge will call a timeout here.
It's the only way they can stop the clock.
Stop the momentum. So we have 3:41 left in the fourth, and it's 60-30. I'm not sure what Coach Reek is telling his guys here now, but obviously they're going to have to continue to move the ball quickly up and down if they want to chop away at this big lead by Show Low.
30-point lead for the Cougars with 3:41 remaining here in the fourth. Talked about Sean Potter, led all scorers with 14, came out in the third quarter, had an explosive third quarter. And big time play by Sean Potter in the third with 2 free throws and 6 from the field. And as we take a look at what the Yellow Jackets did in that third quarter, only 2 from the field. Yeah, 2 from the field in that third quarter and a free throw.
First appearance by Justin Ferrari and Raekwon Clausen for Blue Ridge.
Up top to Reedhead. Reedhead into Potter. Potter has it stripped away. That time Clausen
Jump ball possession goes to the Cougars.
ties it up for the jump ball, and Show Low will have it under their glass. Tate set to check it in. Gets it into Smith, up top to Potter. Potter over to Vargas. Right side Tate. Tate to the free throw line, has it poked away. And Burke to Burgess. Nice. Burgess misses the shot, gets hammered on the baseline, and will go to the free throw line.
Well, Mason Burgess, again, just a freshman, knew he was going to get hammered on that layup and able to move his arm way out to try to just flick it up off the glass, able to get the shot off. But credit the youngster going up strong against the big boys and draws the foul.
I think they got Reedhead on the personal. Burgess strokes the first free throw. Checking into the Cougar lineup is Reisdorf replacing Reedhead. Under 2.5 to play in the contest now. And Burgess hits the second. So 2 free throws for Burgess. Lead back down to 28. Hand it off to Tate. Tate up and down with the right hand just underneath the jump circle. Over to Vargas. Big pressure there by Mason Burgess. Right hand dribble. Vargas works it inside the paint, kicks it out right side. Reisdorf launches from 3, and he got it.
Cougars spreading the floor, then they just penetrate, kick it out. Pretty easy offense.
McKay Burgess drives inside the lane, can't get the shot to fall. And the foul is committed by Cade Smith. That's 2 on him.
And the clock still runs even though they're shooting free throws here. So we're down to 1:20 basically in the game, and Coach Thacker's going to bring a whole new set of guys in for Show Low.
Platoon substitution.
Yep. You know, Show Low, if they play their cards right, they could burn this clock without Burgess even getting a chance to shoot his next free throw. Burgess knocks down 1 of 2, 63-32. Show Low leads. Kick it over here to Crow. Crow between the wheels. Gives it up right side to Tate. Tate has it poked away. McKay Burgess out of the backcourt. Reverse layup. Got it. Bucket and 1.
Nice steal. Nice drive. Nice shot by McKay on that play.
Well said. That was all McKay working on the defensive end, getting the ball loose and then picking it up, going coast to coast, getting the shot in, but also drawing the foul to go to the free throw line. Makes 3 here.
Burgess knocks down the 3-point play. Finally getting some points to his name. 63-35 Cougar lead. Crow tries to launch over Mason Burgess. Misses the shot. Rebound is pulled down nicely that time by Faria. Justin Faria, the senior. Into play now for the Yellow Jackets. Linwood Burke, right side for McKay Burgess. His three-pointer in and out, no good.
Way outside on that shot, about 3 feet outside the three-point line there.
Cougars with 14 seconds left. Bring it up. Steal. Mason Burgess to McKay Burgess. Right side off the window. Basket and one. Ian Crow called on his third personal.
Well, you can tell Show Low has the subs in because Blue Ridge finally able to execute defensively with pressure, get some turnovers, and then when they do get the turnovers, they're running the floor well and getting these conversions, something we did not see much of at all in the first 3 quarters.
Three-point play complete by Burgess, and the Show Low Cougars will hold on to win here. Final score. They win it tonight, 63-38, a convincing win by the Show Low Cougars. We'll be back to recap it for you, plus a look inside the numbers with Josh Hall as we head to our post-game wrap-up comments and also our Indian Pine Restaurant Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Player of the Game is coming up next. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
When it's time to purchase or refinance a home, there's a lot of choices out there, but only one stands above the rest. My clients are raving about how much easier we make the loan process. Hi, I'm Lacey Weeks from Supreme Lending. My team and I can help make even the most difficult loans seem easy and stress-free. You deserve the best. Call me today at 537-5626. That's 537-LOAN. Lacey Weeks, your mortgage consultant for life.
Supreme Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS ID 2129, MLO MLS ID 166-161, Arizona Mortgage Bankers License Number VK0925918.
Welcome back to Show Low High School. The Cougars' big win over the Yellow Jackets tonight, 63-38. Coach Thacker in his first year here at Show Low High School. Coach, we welcome you aboard, and we say thank you for taking some time with us here at the end of the game. And first of all, congratulations on the big win.
Well, thank you. The boys did a great job. I'm really happy with them.
Coach, talk about a little bit. It looked like your offense was off to a pretty good start. You did really well there in the first half, but that third quarter was where you seemed to take the lid off the basket, and the guys seemed to cooperate more as a team. Looked like you guys had a big explosion scoring-wise and defensively in that third quarter.
Well, there was a lot of things that kind of built on each other. You know, it's real nice to have some returners like Sean and Sam come. Obviously, they're talented. But I think what they showed that I've really been trying to emphasize with them was poise, and leadership roles. They've always kind of been a young guy. They've always just been able to kind of freewheel it. And now we're saying, okay, let's see what kind of poise we have and really lead us defensively. And so I thought we got a lot of nice stuff off of our defense. And I was thrilled with them. I really didn't know what to expect with our post play because they're young kids, and we like Williams and we like a lot of things about what Blue Ridge has. So I was thrilled with the way that Cade and Nick and even Justin were able to come in and establish some presence in there. So I thought all around, but I was especially thrilled with what we did defensively and the poise that we showed with some of our returners.
Coach, another thing we noticed is on the offensive side of the floor, you seem to mix it up quite a bit. In fact, the one setup you have where you really spread it up high, pulling your post guys up. Can you talk a little bit without showing your full hand and giving away all of your trade secrets, but is that something you designed just for Blue Ridge, or is that just a different look you try to integrate into your offensive?
Well, it's things I've done in the past, especially when I've had they have a new rule this year where they're really watching what you're doing with your hands. They've always emphasized it, but they've assured us that that's going to be something they're going to be consistent with. And so when you have someone like Sean who's able to kind of tie you up a little bit, you want to try to give him some space, and that's really a big part of what we do there. We're fortunate in that we have some other guys, you know, if you kind of cheat off them, some other guys that understand how to slip, or Sam certainly can find a way to put the round thing in the round thing as well. And so, yeah, I mean, a little bit of Blue Ridge, but I have to tell you, Blue Ridge is a very well-coached team. I've watched a lot of film from them last year, and I knew that we kind of knew what they were going to do. We just didn't know how they were going to adjust to not having Denton, I think, is the big kid from last year. We really thought he was a difference maker. So we wanted to I knew my guards were going to be fine. But I guess to answer your question, yeah, early in the year, I mean, half of our kids are still trying to remember our stuff. And so I'm a lot more active in trying to call sets early. And then as the kids get more comfortable with them, you know, they'll probably call more of them. But, yeah, I mean, it's nice when you make baskets.
Yep. Coach, obviously got to be happy with the big win. Talk a little bit about some of the things that you guys will look to improve upon as you move ahead in the season.
Well, we need to do a few things. I mean, our post kids, as long as we're going to be able to get entries in there, we need them to slow down a little bit, and I think Nick did a decent job with it, but we need Cade to slow down just a little bit with the ball in his hands. We've been working with him with go-to moves and counter moves at both posts. He's just so used to playing high post and facing the basket, so we're trying to be patient with him with that. As we improve with his ability to finish with his back to the basket, I think that'll give us a better dimension. You know, our movement away from the ball can continue to improve. I was happy with our defense, you know, up until the last 4 or 5 minutes, but it's hard to stay locked in that situation. So, you know, I'm happy. The trouble I have is that we got to go into Holbrook tomorrow and play them, and, you know, they're just intense and constant pressure, and they just try to wear you down. I feel like with our guard play, as long as we can control the tempo, you know, we have a chance there.
Well, Coach, welcome to Show Low High School.
You.
Welcome to your first win.
And the over-under on how many times you guys said popcorn in and out. You know, I've watched a few game films from last year, so the over-and-under was 4. I got to go back and see how we did.
I was but tired tonight.
I bet
Trust
it
me.
was. Thanks, guys.
Coach
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep, thank
Congratulations
you.
again
Very
on
happy.
a big win as the Yellow Jackets fall tonight, 63-38. And we'll step away, back with a look inside our numbers to tell the true story in the game tonight with Josh Hall. And our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game is coming up next. Don't forget, best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Highway 260 south of Pine Top, right-hand side of the road before you get to Honda. And we'll be back with that and more when we return. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Getting your furnace tune-up each year ensures that your equipment is operating at peak efficiency and will save you money. Call the experts at Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling and ask about our fall tune-up special. We'll come out and perform a 10-point inspection to make sure your unit is ready for the cold. Don't settle for anything but the best when it comes to your comfort and safety. We've been in the business over 29 years and are simply the best at what we do. Call 537-4264. That's 537-4264. Mountain Comfort Heating and Cooling, bringing you comfort through the 4 seasons.
This is my town. Show Low is football and party town, especially when you show up at Show Low Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Show Low Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Show Low Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Show Low Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce. Oh, this is my town.
Take a look at the trash left over. Coca-Cola should sponsor the this post-game wrap-up, I think. Great shot of the Coca-Cola cup there.
Yep.
Final score: the Cougars over the Yellow Jackets tonight, 63-38. Some of the key highlights scoring-wise tonight. We talked about Sean Potter had 14 points at intermission. In limited play in the second half, he scores 22 on the night, 22 total on the night. 5 tonight for Rhett Reisdorf, 3 for Xavier Vargas, 6 for Nick Reedhead, 2 for Justin Sloan, and 11 for Cade Smith as the Cougars. And then Sam Tate had 14. So the Cougars had 3 players in double figures in their 63-38 win over the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets, Chris Williams, had 6 at intermission, held to just a single basket and a free throw in the second half. Ends the game with 9. 3 tonight for Mason Burgess, 4 for Nathan Miles, 3 for Adam Padilla. And McKay Burgess, who had 2 free throws in the first half, did not score in the third quarter. Ends the game with 13. Got the majority of his scoring there in the fourth quarter. So that's how the scoring went for the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars here tonight as we go to Josh Hall and a look inside the numbers. Josh?
Well, you know, Show Low, frankly, just shot the ball pretty well overall. I had a coach told me if you shoot over 45% in the game, you're going to win the game. Second half, I showed that they shot in the 70 percentile overall. Overall, for the whole game, about 55%, 58% actually, I showed their field goal percentage, which is phenomenal, really. And they really, that percentage was brought down in the fourth quarter by the fact that they had a lot of second-team players in. Blue Ridge just struggled from the floor, both sides, and really most of their scoring, as you indicated, in the fourth quarter occurred after the second team was in. I have them on the game about 25% from the field, and you're just not going to win any ball games at that percentage.
Yeah, pretty tough for sure.
Well, and the other thing it does is, you know, you can't get, you know, basketball can kind of be a streak momentum game, and when you're sputtering and just not able to string points together, that can really, and when, especially when the other team is stringing points together, that can really bury you quick, and that certainly was what happened tonight to the Yellow Jackets. I felt they had some, you know, you saw some glimpses of good work, ball movement, guys cutting to the basket, and good dishes here and there, but even their layups, they couldn't get to fall, and it was just not a good night by any stretch for the Yellow Jackets tonight.
Yeah, we're certain that they will improve as the season progresses.
Boy, I hope so.
You know, I think it's kind of tough to play your crosstown rivals in the opening game of the season.
Probably.
There's a little bit of tension that comes with playing here at Show Low High School. Obviously a little different if you're at Blue Ridge High School, but certainly no excuses to be made. But the Yellow Jackets had a bit of an uphill battle to begin with, and they unfortunately fall here tonight, 63-38. Time now for our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear. You'll find it at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Highway 260 south of Pine Top on the right-hand side, just before you get to the Honda Casino and Punt. We always struggle with it, but there's some clear candidates here tonight.
Yeah, I think tonight's going to be a pretty obvious choice, and I'm wondering why we don't have the new guy do it. But no, I do want to note, though, that, Coach talked a little bit about Cade Smith, the big guy inside. He was talking about, him being new to with his back to the basket, and wanted him to be a little bit more patient with the ball. And I thought he did a great job tonight for the Cougars. He got a lot of good rebounds inside, finished some nice shots inside. So certainly some bright spots there for the Cougars to look forward to. And then Xavier Vargas, the guard up top, number 10, only a sophomore. Pretty good compliment to Sean Potter at the top there in the backcourt. He's a very unselfish player, good at passing the ball. So I just wanted to highlight their contributions, because they're new faces to this season that we haven't talked about before. But, clearly I think, and it's not just because of his point production, but that's certainly important. Sean Potter tonight just lit it up offensively. Just really aggressive on the offensive side. Not just shooting, but off the dribble as well. And we could see, and we did talk quite a bit about how he was just creating fits for Blue Ridge, whoever was playing him man on. He's so quick with the ball. Sometimes he can get a little carried away and maybe a little reckless. We've seen that from him in the past, but tonight he certainly had it dialed in, and he was feeling it from the outside as well. And then defensively, I don't know how many times we saw him pick pockets tonight, and that's huge as well for the Cougars in terms of their fast break, full court game, and just all around great senior leadership, I thought, tonight from Sean Potter, number 1, the big guard for Show Low. So I think he's certainly well deserving of player of the game.
Sean Potter plays like a number 1 tonight, 22 points, and our most valuable player is the player of the game, the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Don't forget, best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Highway 260 south of Pine Top, just before you get to the Honda Casino. That's going to wrap up our broadcast tonight. A special thanks to Joshua Hall, our statistician and
Supreme.
Yeah,
Statman Supreme,
doing a great job tonight. In the truck tonight, our video crew, the Show Low White Mountain Youth Production Show Low High School students, technical director Zach Lambert.